Hey everyone, today we're diving into the awesome country of Canada. You know, Canada is famous for being absolutely massive. It's the second biggest country on the entire planet, covering a whopping 9.98 million square kilometers. That's like a whole lot of land. Think about it, Canada stretches all the way from the Atlantic Ocean in the east to the Pacific Ocean in the west, and up north, it even touches the icy Arctic Ocean. It's super long. In fact, Canada shares the world's longest undefended border with the United States down south. Pretty cool, right? Now let's talk about how different Canada's landscapes are. We're talking huge forests, towering mountains, wide open plains, and tons of lakes and rivers. The Rocky Mountains are absolutely majestic, and the Great Lakes are like giant pools of fresh water. And don't even get me started on the Arctic tundra. It's like stepping into a whole other world. Canada is divided into 10 provinces and 3 territories, and each one has its own special look and climate. British Columbia, over on the west coast, is famous for its rainy forests and dramatic coastline. The prairie provinces, that's Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, are all about those endless fields of wheat and farmland. Central Canada, where Ontario and Quebec are, has warm summers and those classic snowy Canadian winters. Then there's Atlantic Canada, with New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland and Labrador. This region is known for its beautiful coastlines, charming fishing villages, and a rich history connected to the sea. And let's not forget Canada's 3 territories, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. These guys cover a huge chunk of Canada's land, over 40%. They're not as populated as the provinces, and they're known for their extreme Arctic weather, those magical northern lights, and the unique Inuit culture. Canada's diverse geography isn't just pretty to look at, it's a big part of what makes its economy, culture, and identity so special. From those epic mountains and clear lakes to busy cities and quaint coastal towns, Canada has something for everyone. It's a land of incredible contrasts and beauty, just waiting to be explored. Now let's switch gears and talk about Canada's awesome cities. Just like its diverse landscapes, each major city has its own unique vibe, blending city life, cultural attractions, and natural beauty. First up, we've got Toronto, the biggest city in Canada. It's a bustling metropolis that's super important for finance, technology, and culture. People from all over the world come to Toronto, making it a melting pot of cultures. Next, we have Montreal, a city known for its European charm and French heritage. It's a lively hub for arts, culture, and delicious food. Then there's Vancouver, nestled between the Pacific Ocean and those stunning coast mountains. Vancouver is famous for its natural beauty, mild weather, and that laid-back West Coast vibe. Moving on to Calgary, a major player in the energy industry. Calgary also boasts a thriving arts and culture scene and easy access to the Rocky Mountains. And of course, we can't forget about Ottawa, Canada's capital city. Ottawa is home to Parliament Hill, national museums, and important historical landmarks. These cities attract people from all walks of life, making Canada even more multicultural. They're hubs for innovation, creativity, and economic growth. Life in Canada's cities is pretty great, with excellent infrastructure, public services, and a strong sense of community. But wait, there's more. Beyond those big cities, Canada is dotted with smaller cities and towns, each with its own unique personality and charm. From Halifax, a historic port city on Canada's east coast, to Quebec City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its fortified walls and cobblestone streets, these smaller urban centers offer a glimpse into Canada's rich history and cultural diversity. Canada's urban landscapes are constantly changing, reflecting the country's growth, diversity, and commitment to sustainability. Okay, history time. Canada's story goes back thousands of years, long before European explorers ever set foot on its shores. Indigenous peoples have lived in this land for millennia, developing their own unique cultures, traditions, and ways of life. The First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples have a deep spiritual connection to the land and its resources. European exploration of Canada kicked off in the late 15th century. John Cabot's arrival in 1497 marked the beginning of European interest in the region. Then in 1534, French explorer Jacques Cartier showed up, claiming parts of Canada for France. This paved the way for the establishment of New France. The fur trade played a huge role in the early European settlement of Canada. French and British fur traders set up trading posts and formed alliances with indigenous peoples. British colonization got serious in the early 17th century. By the mid-18th century, after the 7 Years' War, Britain controlled most of Canada. In 1867, something big happened. The British North America Act united the provinces of Canada, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick into a single dominion within the British Empire. This event, known as Confederation, was a turning point in Canada's history. Over time, more provinces and territories joined Confederation, making Canada bigger and bigger until it reached its present-day size. Throughout the 20th century, Canada gradually gained more independence from Britain. Finally, in 1982, Canada became a fully independent nation with the patriation of its constitution. So, how is Canada governed? Well, it's a constitutional monarchy and a parliamentary democracy. That means the head of state is the monarch of the United Kingdom, currently King Charles III. But don't worry, he doesn't make all the decisions. He's represented in Canada by the Governor-General. The Governor-General's role is mostly ceremonial, but they do have some important powers like appointing the Prime Minister. Speaking of the Prime Minister, that's the head of government. The Prime Minister is usually the leader of the political party with the most seats in the House of Commons. The federal government, located in Ottawa, has three branches: the executive, legislative, and judicial. The executive branch, headed by the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, is responsible for putting laws into action. The legislative branch, also known as Parliament, makes the laws. It has two parts, the House of Commons and the Senate. The House of Commons is where members of Parliament, MPs elected by Canadians, get together to debate and vote on laws. The Senate is the upper chamber, and its members are appointed by the Governor-General based on the Prime Minister's advice. The judicial branch makes sure the laws are fair and follow the Constitution. The Supreme Court of Canada is the most powerful court in the country. Canada has a multi-party system, meaning several political parties compete for power. The main ones are the Liberal Party, the Conservative Party, the New Democratic Party, NDP, and the Bloc Québécois. Canada's political system is designed to be fair and inclusive, reflecting the country's diversity and commitment to democracy. Time to talk about money. Canada has a super strong and diverse economy. It's consistently ranked as one of the largest in the world. This economic power comes from its abundant natural resources, skilled workers, and stable political system. Natural resources have always been a big deal for Canada. It's a leading producer and exporter of oil and natural gas, especially from the oil sands of Alberta. Canada is also rich in minerals like gold, copper, and nickel, and it's a major supplier of timber and wood products. The manufacturing sector is another key player in the Canadian economy. Canada has a strong manufacturing base in industries like automotive, aerospace, and technology. But the service sector is the real MVP, making up the majority of Canada's GDP and employment. This includes industries like finance, real estate, healthcare, education, and tourism. Agriculture is another important piece of the puzzle. Canada is a major agricultural producer and exporter, known for its high-quality grains, oilseeds, and livestock. Canada's economy is becoming more knowledge-based and driven by innovation. The country is home to a growing technology sector, with strengths in areas like artificial intelligence, clean technology, and life sciences. The future looks bright for Canada's economy. Its strong fundamentals, including sound fiscal policy, a stable banking system, and a well-educated workforce, set it up for continued growth and prosperity. One of the most amazing things about Canada is its incredible cultural diversity. It's like a vibrant mosaic, with each piece representing a different culture, all coming together to create a beautiful whole. From the indigenous peoples who have called this land home for thousands of years to the waves of immigrants who have brought their unique traditions and perspectives, Canada embraces diversity in all its forms. This multiculturalism is celebrated in the nation's festivals, cuisine, and everyday life, creating a dynamic and inclusive society. Education and well-being are super important in Canada. The country has a world-class education system that encourages innovation and critical thinking. Canadians enjoy a high quality of life, with access to universal health care and many social services that promote well-being. This commitment to education and health ensures that everyone has the opportunity to thrive and contribute to the nation's success. Get ready to be amazed. Canada's natural beauty is truly awe-inspiring. From the majestic Rocky Mountains to the serene Great Lakes, the country's landscapes are as diverse as they are breathtaking. National parks and protected areas preserve these natural wonders, offering countless opportunities for outdoor adventure and exploration. Whether you're into hiking, skiing, or simply taking in the views, Canada's wilderness is a treasure to be cherished. Canada is often seen as a land of opportunity where dreams can come true. The nation's strong economy, combined with its commitment to social justice and equality, provides a great environment for personal and professional growth. Entrepreneurs, artists, and innovators find a welcoming place to pursue their passions. In Canada, the promise of a better future is within reach for many.